What's up, my know-it-alls? It is time for another episode of the Wheel of Time. We're going to review, Season 2, Episode 6, Eyes Without Pity. And this episode is without pity, right?
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, but it's also excellent in many, many ways. So
It was a good episode.
I can't wait to talk about it. Let's get into it right now. Man, continuing on the path we've been on, which is not taking a hard line, doing like in-depth, inch-by-inch review, but kind of just sort of evaluating the episodes on their own. Again, another excellent episode from the folks over there at Amazon. I really thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
I did too. Very much.
Once more, I found myself not once thinking, but the book did this different than that and the other. I'm here. I'm engaged. I am here.
In this story.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying the story they're telling. The books are a thing that I yet understand. And by the way, thank you so much, everybody who's commented.
Yes, thank you.
Giving us all the insights, as well as, I got to tell you, you've been jogging my memory. So let me give you an idea of when the last time I read these books was. Right before Brandon Sanderson put out the final book, I did a reread. That's the last time I've picked these up. So it's been a few years and I haven't had it. And a lot of things happen. Obviously, you see, I review a whole bunch of material here. So I really do appreciate you guys in the comment section. Even some of it sometimes is backhanded. That's okay. You don't go in the comment section if you ain't ready to have thick skin. But I really am enjoying, so thank you everyone for kind of keeping me on the straight and narrow in terms of my understandings. And again, we're reading them right now. We're midway through book 2. But again, I'm enjoying this thoroughly. And I believe during the downtime between 2 and 3, seasons 2 and 3, we're going to go ahead and get caught up with most of these, if not all of them. So, but yeah, so again, like I said, it's one of those things. And of course, I was always joining as Mrs. Know-It-All in her brand new favorite color. And we'll get so much into that as we go.
He kept some information from me.
Yeah, for real. No, again, it's super exciting. The short version of where we leave off. We started off pretty much where we left off. You get a chance to see a little bit of some of the folks. We did get much more of Matt. Of course, Matt did intersect with Rand.
That was such an awesome moment.
It really was. No, it really was.
Rand just stopped because he knew it was Matt's voice. He just knew it. You just know your best friend's voice.
Totally. And this felt, again, as I've been saying since the beginning of the season, this feels like the Matt I've always wanted and thought and envisioned in my head when I was reading the books. I just like everything. His personality, his demeanor, all the stuff he's doing. I'm enjoying it. The entire storyline with Egwene. It is a very sensitive one. But it is amazing, and my memory, by the way, is fully jogged. I do remember these. I remember exactly this. I know who the boat captain that the Aes Sedai got to help the girls is gonna. I know for a fact it's gonna be Damane Bale who's gonna take them home back to Tar Valon, and it's very much aware. Again, a lot of things coming back as we go, but I'm very much about getting everybody over to Falm, seeing what happens, and ultimately seeing Matt before the season is out. I believe he will blow the horn. Now, I don't necessarily know that he's going to blow the horn before and we're going to see that battle. I think he may blow the horn and they cliffhanger us because
they're all headed over that way.
Right. Either that or he blows the horn in the penultimate episode, and then the final episode, we get that entire resolution. Because in the books, the jump between book 2 and 3, that's what you do get very much that some of the heroes like Brigitte stay behind. Brigitte, Strongbow, I think, or Silver Arrow, something of the effect, Silverbow. Golly, I'm digging deep. Go ahead. I know you guys are going to just eviscerate me in the comments like, her name is this, and that's fine. And absolutely, that's what I need. But yeah, man, it's exciting seeing where the characters' journeys are going and seeing the depth at which, and then you get this really interesting meeting. Rand starts trying to strike a deal with Lanfear. Good, bad, or indifferent, I'm like, bro, why would you trust her, man? By the way, again, any knowledge I have from the books, I'm putting away. And I am taking this show right on its face value. Because Mrs. Know-It-All doesn't have any reference point either for a lot of this stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hide anything. I know some comments last week were like, are you trying to just deceive people and not spoil? No, I'm purposely treating this as if I'm ignorant and want to just walk into it and take it on its face. And I'm just like, Rand, why, dude? Why do it? Seeing Lanfear put an end to Leandrin's son, traumatic.
Yeah.
Ooh. Talk about it, man. Because she's right. Leandrin made her oath. She made her oath to the Dark One. And then we get to see this really interesting reveal to I want to say it's Rhaena Sedai, who Egwene, or not Egwene, Nynaeve has to tell. Yeah, no, Leandrin's
Right.
dark friend.
Right.
But that means Black Aja.
And that really shakes them to their core. Seeing finally Nynaeve begin to do some of the spectacular things that she does do in the books, like the fact that she actually. I love how the Yellow talks to her, because the Yellow is literally like, it's the same way you do this, Wisdom. It's just you do the blah blah blah. And didn't I say to you? I said. I bet more Wisdoms join the Yellow than anything.
Yeah.
And chances are, I would love to even see this Wisdom be like, or this Aes Sedai be like, yeah, in another world, another life, I was a Wisdom, or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And so it's really interesting because she's so, the minute Nynaeve does that thing where she accidentally bursts,
right,
and she's like, it needs to be healed, it's broken, blah, blah, blah. Another thing, like she knows immediately how to identify it and what it does. And you're just like, man. No, dude, I'm like,
here I come.
Ooh, there she goes, totally. I was like, she's amazing. Because she is. Nynaeve becomes so dope.
I need her to stop being such a I feel like sometimes she just, I'm not going to leave and just doesn't listen. Like, shut up. Just.
Stop being so obstinate.
That's exactly how I feel like she's being. Yeah.
I got you. I think Moraine's family dynamic is getting both better and a little like it was
interesting because you had said that when you become an Aes Sedai that you leave.
Though you have those connections, you're not like I'm pretty sure you forsake all of like claims to those things. Now that's to the tower. I don't think the tower tells anybody that because everything's a chess piece to the tower.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, if you choose to be Aes Sedai, that's your passion, that's your path, that's your house, if you will. Now, any connections are just extra down the road and whatever else, and resources, so to speak, for you to use later on. But are there any other parts before we get to the main gist of it? Because I want to get into the Egwene of it all. But I want to sit there for a minute. Is there anything from the rest of the episodes, rest of the parts, Nynaeve's interactions? Because obviously, I did say last week we were probably going to lose some folks, so we didn't get any coverage of Perrin because he was unnecessary for this.
Little bit of time we did get with Matt and Rand when
dude,
that was awesome.
When they hugged,
and
it's just like, oh.
That was pretty cool. And then the decision to not go with him.
But he's got to follow.
But he's gonna follow him because they're all going to follow him anyway.
Yeah, I'm seeing Min be like, you don't understand what I've given up for you to tell you this, and he's like no, and I'm like, bro, stop being a dick, okay? She totally is giving up a lot, man. You don't even know.
Yeah.
But actually, she thinks she does because Lord knows you can't get rid of her what she is. So anyway, any more than you can get rid of Perrin and what he is. But what were you gonna say?
I was like, all right, let's go, let's do it.
For those of you playing at home, the Damane relationship with the Seldam is such an important one to the integral to the story moving forward. A lot of what has happened in this episode thus far is going to help shape the person that Egwene's going to become. And so seeing Egwene, I was telling Mrs. Know-It-All, I said, you don't understand, later on, so spoilers, if you don't want to know anything about the books or anything that's been going on, turn away right now or pause it or mute it or whatever, because I'm about to lay down what may or may not be coming. The fact that Egwene, later in the books, Egwene becomes Amyrlin. It's a small offshoot, there's a schism in the tower, but at the end of the day, she becomes Amyrlin. The Shan-Chan are not something she at all wants to tolerate, wants to humor, all because of what's happening right now. And the relationship between her and her Seldam is, they call it the Kennels for a reason. This breaking that has to happen is because obviously and with the way she was talking when she's like, it's not your fault. You were brought up to believe you were more than, you didn't know that you're a Damane. Damane is how they consider you. Mm-hmm. That's like saying it's like your species, your race, your whatever. You are that. And just like she is a Seldam. Now, the part that they're not telling you, Seldam are also women who can channel. They don't, I believe they're not women who actually can, like these are women that would have been turned away from the tower. They're women that can sense the force. They're women that can sense the source and they can even touch it, but they cannot utilize it as much as they wish. They can't do it enough to be considered Damane, but they don't know that part. They just think that they have a particular skill level or whatever else, and that the bracelet and the whole bit. Much later, if I remember, see, I'm getting more memories are coming back. I believe at some point one of the Seldom gets a collar put on her neck, only to then realize, holy crap, they're right. And it shakes the Shan-Chan system to its core later. Anyway,
Okay.
That's coming though.
That's coming.
But
so let's go. Yeah, let's talk about what happened to her.
Egwene being, she's tortured.
Yeah.
She's tortured. They have to break her. Anybody who knows anything about horses, you have to break a stallion before you can ride it, which is kind of crazy. Same thing with this. They're treating her like she's being treated. The mentality is that of an animal. She has to be trained. She has to be brought to heel. The whole bit. And it all starts with her not being able to know or not being able to. She cannot consider things to be weapons to be used. If she does, she can't touch them. Whatever else. So she's like,
it's painful. It's not even like she can't touch it. Like, it's like a shock. It's like a throw all the way back to the room,
bro.
And that's not even what she looked like in the end.
No.
She looked worse.
Yeah, much worse in the end. The time that Lanfear brought Rand to visit her, I like that we saw. So in the books, you see that scene from the other side, which is at first. I think you do see them eventually, but you see it from Egwene's side, where she sees a vision, not understanding what's going on, and then they explain. So this, you see Lanfear and Rand talking in Teleron Riod, or in his dreams, and she says, "Hey, I want to prove you can trust me. I'm gonna show you something, whatever else." And she goes to take him there. And he gets to see Egwene and that this is happening. Which later on dovetails into him telling Matt that, hey, everybody else thinks I'm dead. He tells Matt the truth, and Matt's like
right off the bat,
bro, your bollocks crazy, but you know what? I mean, you're my boy. I'm down. Let's go. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things that makes the decision he makes not to follow him even sadder in that moment. And then Egwene hears someone on the other side, and that person's just reciting the rules. You know what I mean? And toward the very end, when Egwene finally picks up the picture, Madeline Madden, the actress who plays Egwene, is doing such amazing work. She needs to win all the everythings for this episode, because you believe everything going on. Mm-hmm. You believe her performance holding the picture, and just because there's a mixture of relief, shock. She's ashamed. Shame is there.
Yeah, shame is
because clearly, if she can hold this picture, then she doesn't see it as a weapon,
right? And
she does see this person as her master or mistress, if you will. And it was rough, man. How did that make you feel seeing that scene? Like,
my heart broke for her, because she knows that that's what that means. She knows that. Yeah. And she's sobbing just so hard. She's just sobbing. And go ahead, tell her at that wall. After she's sobbing for a long time, and she's wailing.
And you hear from the other side of the wall, the lady says, "Don't cry, child. You lasted longer than I did, and I was a sitter of the blue." We found out from the yellow earlier who had rings. Mm-hmm. One of the sisters is killed. Two have been collared. And one of the ones is collared was the sitter of the. A sitter is supposed to be high ranking,
right?
Somebody with tenure, with time, with strength, and so it's like, unbelievable, and how and you're just like, wow. And I'm telling you, when she finally gets let loose, it's gonna be a moment for the ages. She's unbelievably. She's gonna be pissed. First off,
well,
it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough, but. What about when the yellow was when they were discovered?
Nynaeve, as she kind of still rubs me the wrong way, and she's so ugh. Like the first. Well, here's the thing. The first thing that she said, they told him, "Stay here." So when there was trouble, she's so genius. Yeah. She wants to go, and it takes, what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Elaine.
Yeah, it takes her to stop her. It's like no. And I think she was fed part of her own medicine when Elaine said to her, "I'm not going anywhere because she's my friend." Because, you're going to get Egwene. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's rough. Oh, we did get a cool name drop that the Amerlin had visited Camelin, which we do see that in the books, and I feel like that's a really great. That's a great way to do that. While we're not in Camelin, because frankly, The only thing that comes from being in Camelin is you get some introductions to some characters who we've already been introduced to. And originally that's where Rand sort of meets some people and you get some back and forth and you get to see Elaine before she ever came to the tower. Literally, it's all backstory that you don't need, so I understand why they cut it out. But even though we don't get to see Camelin, we do get to hear about the Amyrlin had visited, in which
we know that's where she is. Yeah.
Right. So it was very cool to see that. Yeah, man. I tell you what, I'm really moved by this episode and the way that they're presenting things. I'm excited to see what comes next and see what the next episode has to offer. Because I know that I believe we're getting. What are we getting? Are we getting
8? Because if we're getting 8, then next week is.
Let me see.
Our penultimate.
I agree. If we're getting 8, then that means the next episode is the penultimate. I'm excited regardless because they're doing really good, and I'm sort of learning to trust what they've been doing to this point. So yeah, man. All right.
That makes me feel better that you do that. That you can trust where they're going.
Finally, for real, absolutely. So there you go. Now you know. When annoyings after battle, you're halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. What is the know-it-all index for this episode? I tell you what, I had a real hard time because again, I don't want to give it a 10. Because I still feel in my guts there is something better. Not to mention the fact there are a couple of little things, the nuances just of acting and different things that I would have preferred. But then there's that performance by Madeline Madden, who I'm just like, God, that really elevates this whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and go a 9. I got to. I know I did it. I think I did 9.5 last week. I'm going a 9. Going a 9 this week because it was really a standout exemplary episode. What's yours?
I can give it a 9.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so close. So close.
No, I hear you. For sure. So comment below. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think is coming based on if you've read it or not. By the way, don't go into the comment section if you don't want to be spoiled with stuff because we like to talk about things here on the Know-It-All Nation. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us in the algorithms to let everybody know you want to be part of the Know-It-All Nation. So thank you so much, you guys. I cannot wait to talk more about it next week. Any final thoughts? You good?
I'm good.
All right,
it was good.
then.
It was very good.
So once more, never forget.
Everyone loves a know-it-all.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.